This is Comic Picks by the Glick.
Hey, and I'm your host, Jason Glick.
See, I didn't steal that from you this time.
Yeah, it's awesome.
How's it going?
It's going good, John. How about you?
Good. Oh, you know, stuff, this, that, and the other thing. So, what do you have for us this week?
Okay, well, this week I'm going back to the inexhaustible well of stories that is Batman, and more specifically the less inexhaustible well that is Grant Morrison's run on the character.
Oh, yeah. What did he do? He did... I think I read a few. You showed me some of them. Wait a second.
Yeah, I showed... Yeah.
Grant Morrison. Yes, go on ahead. Go.
Yeah, because I showed... Yeah, I loaned Brian the first volume of it, of his run, Batman and Son, and he was kind of like nonplussed. He thought it was... I think he thought he was just kind of wondering, like, you know, where do you go with this? He hadn't had a bunch of questions about it. And since then, I mean, since that first volume, like, Morrison's like done a lot of really interesting, strange stuff with the character. Basically, like pitted him against a secret society of supervillains who want him dead, known as the Black Glove, including lead member Dr. Simon Hurt, who claims to be Batman's dead father, Thomas Wayne. And now, but the thing is, like, Morrison's take on the character has gone far beyond just like the scope of the series itself. Now, I mean, it ventured into his mega crossover Final Crisis. It's now spread over into his new series they created for Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne to be Batman and Robin, Batman and Robin, the series itself, and also Bruce's struggles through time to return to the modern day in Batman: The Return of Bruce Wayne. I mean, it's a sprawling epic saga, and and I like what he's been doing with it. I mean, like, Morrison's always found a cool way to expand, take the character beyond their established bounds, and he's done a real good job with that with Batman. However, problem with this run in terms of spreading it out over so many titles, and is that you start to lose the chronology or the progression of the story. For instance, if I were I'm in the process of loaning the series loaning the entire all of Grant Morrison's run to a buddy of mine. Now, my buddy, he was at one time was a huge comic fan. He'll read just about anything. Now he just counts on me to show him what's worth reading. And so I'm kind of wondering, well, now once I get past the Batman R.I.P. story, well, what happens then? Do I give him the first volume of Batman and Robin? Do I need to get Tony Daniels' Battle for the Cowl miniseries where apparently it shows Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne assuming the mantle of Batman and Robin? Do I have to give him Final Crisis, even though he's not really that interested in big superhero multiverse crossover type stuff? Do I give him this the latest volume of Morrison's run, Batman: Time in the Batman? Because you see, this is actually several stories in one volume, and it's interesting because the main story that's most pertinent to Morrison's run on the character is Batman R.I.P. The Missing Chapter, two issues where you get the feeling that either Morrison himself looked at the run and said, there's a rough spot in the chronology here. I don't explain how. You can't really see how Batman got from point A to point B over this series of events. Or someone in DC editorial went, hey, Grant, it's how did Batman go from diving into the bay at the end of Batman R.I.P. to being taken hostage by Darkseid to being trapped in time in Return of Bruce Wayne? How did that happen, Grant? Just tell me that. And so these two issues right here are basically a continuity patch by Morrison to show you what did happen to Bruce Wayne at the end of Batman R.I.P. and how basically show his events, how he went from there to the beginning of Return of Bruce Wayne. Now it's an interesting story, even though despite the fact that it basically exists only to patch continuity. It's Batman narrating his crawl out of the bay and back back to Wayne Mansion after Dr. Hurt has wreaked havoc with his physical and personal life. It's and then see and then from there it threads on to the beginning of Final Crisis, where it's like where Batman has to investigate the death of the new god Orion, and winds up being captured by Darkseid's goons, and uses a template for a potential army of super soldiers. That goes badly for Darkseid's crew, and Batman then breaks his vow against using firearms to shoot the ultimate god of evil, Darkseid, and then winds up getting zapped into time thanks via the Omega effect. Reading through this, it does. I said for those of us who've read through Final Crisis and Batman R.I.P., it does actually make for a much smoother transition. Though it's kind of, I guess my main issue with this is that it had to be done at all. Like, to be honest, and I've liked Morrison's, but I just kind of figure out, why can't you just do it all in one title? I mean, sure. I mean, you get the event, you get the buzz from launching new titles, from doing like special event miniseries like the Return of Bruce Wayne. But I don't know. It's like you get the feeling that that this whole event that his whole run is just be a much more cohesive, involving event if you just package it in Grant Morrison's Batman Volume 1, 2, and 3, and so on. Although I get the feeling that Morrison is probably kind of likes this kind of thing. He making the reader work for this kind of thing. And to be honest, it's a good enough story that I don't mind actually going through all this stuff. Though I guess it also means that stuff like this is ultimately inevitable, and I hope that this is the only continuity patch that Morrison has to apply with his main Batman series now being Batman Incorporated, as he goes around making Batman in every country of the world, which I've heard is supposed to be completely freaking awesome. So I'm looking forward to that. But with this, like I said, if you've been reading Grant Morrison's run, then these two issues right here will be of great interest to you. However, these aren't the only two issues completed here, because not completed, collected here, because we've also got the anniversary issue of Batman, issue 700, where Morrison tells a story of three Batman in three different eras. You got Bruce Wayne in the past, Dick Grayson in the present, and Batman and Bruce's son Damian in the future. It'd be cool. I'd love to tell you that they all team up to solve one great crime, but that's not quite the case. Then you've also got another story not written by Morrison, a fill-in story by Fabian Nicieza, that basically shows you has Dick and Damian going on a regular case to tackle one of Batman's old foes. Now, I think it's interesting that these stories basically present a nice compare and contrast scenario, because you've got Morrison's take on the character, which is for this anniversary, which is hugely ambitious. I mean, you've got three different Batman over three different eras, and he's got to find a way to tie all their stories together over the course of time. And to be honest, he doesn't quite pull it off. Mainly because the overall thread holding the stories together, that of Carter Nichols, a scientist who invents a time traveling device called the Maybe Machine. It doesn't. That kind of feels almost superfluous to the event. I mean, it's his things are his event. His time travel gimmick is kind of mired in the usual time travel convolutions, and it just kind of doesn't really gel together as a story. But the individual stories are actually pretty interesting of themselves. I mean, basically this starts off with an old school Batman tale with Batman, Dick Grayson as Robin, at the mercy of Joker, the Riddler, Catwoman, and the Mad Hatter, as they try to and it's fun. It's fun seeing like just like the Joker go completely nuts, especially at the very end when, in order to escape escape Batman and Commissioner Gordon, he demands he tells Card Nichols, please send me send me the crucifixion, the Children's Crusade, Vietnam. Just send me somewhere funny. I mean, that's great. That's exactly what you expected. That's a great Joker line right there, and it's in this anniversary shoot with stuff like that. You've also got and it also let me also add that the yesterday's section, as well as the Batman R.I.P. tie-in, features art by Tony Daniel, who he wasn't quite a good fit for Morrison when he started, but now guy's grown into like a really, there's a lot of depth and lot more detail to his work right here, to the point where I really like his style. And I think that I'd love to see him and Morrison work together in the future. I think he'd make a good ongoing artist to team up with Morrison, but he's currently writing and drawing Batman by himself, which I've actually heard pretty good things about. So I might have to check that out at some point. But then you've got Morrison's finest collaborator, and that's Frank Whitley, contributing to the Today section, as Dick and Damian find a dead Carter Nichols and try to figure out why does he look 80 today when he was only when he wasn't even that much younger when Bruce fought him back in the day. Then they also team up to fight to mark the anniversary of the death of Bruce's parents, and take on the mutant gang from Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. Well, probably not the actual mutant gang, but it's a nice nod to Miller's story. And then they go on to do their best to create a crime-free night to mark the occasion. Now, some people have issues with Whitley's art. I think he's got a great eye for detail, and even though his characters always have that look like they're about to kiss someone, I think he's got a great eye for detail, and I just love seeing anything he does with Morrison. Problem is that he's really goddamn slow, and nothing underscores that here by the fact that he was only able to get done 5 pages of this 8-page story. Last three of which were done by Scott Collins. And no, problem is I can't really begrudge Collins' work here, because anyone is going to look bad next to Whitley, but he does a capable enough job, and not bad and bully for him. Then you've got Andy Kubert teaming up for the story of Damian Wayne, the hard-ass Batman from the future, as he has to fight through a reign of. Okay, so he's hard-ass Batman from the future, and he has to fight through a reign of Joker venom in order to stop Two-Face's plans to get the Joker's the Joker's joke book. And it's a crazy story, because it's just basically Morrison throwing a lot of crazy future concept stuff that is gonna that. On one hand, if you've been reading the more familiarity you have with Batman, the Batman franchise, you're gonna get a lot of the stuff here, from the Brother Eye satellite to the fact that he's saving Warren and Mary McGinnis's kid, which anyone who's seen Batman Beyond will know it. Hey, he's basically saving Terry McGinnis from a life of being a Joker baby. And also, I like his idea of the next generation Two-Face, where basically instead of just being guy with half normal face, half scarred face, the guy's got another face growing out of his other face like a tumor. That's also a separate personality right there. It's great. Yeah, it's twisted and the story is more interesting for the concepts that Morrison tosses off right here than for the quote unquote ultimate culmination of the Carter Nichols subplot, which basically has him showing up to take his younger self back to make the tip off that allows Batman to escape from Joker at the beginning of the original story. So. And then you got new artists. Then you got David Finch teaming up for the last couple pages. Basically, have other future Batman Batman Beyond. You got Batman from Robin 3000 and the Batman from DC 1,000,000 as well. Just showing you that, hey, no matter what, no matter when, there's always going to be a Batman. And that's a nice it's a nice thought right there. But like I said, it's a hugely ambitious story that doesn't quite come together. But then you compare that to what Nicieza offers us at the it's like in his one shot, The Great Escape. Now, thing is, I'm not saying this is a bad story, but it's really quite ordinary. I mean, it basically has Dick and Damian teaming up to like track down this lame Batman villain called the Getaway Genius, and also like Dick. I'm remembering how this story basically how their previous encounter with the Getaway Genius basically takes him back to a time when he was in Damian's shoes and like always questioning and antagonizing Batman when he was a kid as well. It's all very heartwarming, and it's perfectly competent like on Batman's story, but it's like I can't say it's really enthused me or made me made me glad that it had been collected. I mean, like they could have just like left it off, and I probably would have been annoyed by the page count to a price ratio for this volume, but I don't know. It's like like I said, it's not bad. It's got some nice art from Cliff Richards, but I don't know. It's ordinary. It's competent. It's the essence. It is the essence of fill-in, and so it's like. And to be honest, like, yeah, at least I'm probably gonna remember how Batman, Time in the Batman, like didn't quite come together as a story than I did this particular story, like say 5 or 10 years from now. I mean, I'll probably remember this for being just that other story in Time in the Batman, but overall it's like I said, it's harmless. It won't kill you. It won't make your life better. Certainly won't make it worse either. But overall, it's like I mean, like I said, Time of the Batman. It's basically required reading if you've been following Grant Morrison's story run on the title this far. If you haven't, stay away because it will probably just because basically everything here will just confuse you to no end. I do recommend going and picking the first couple volumes of his run of Morrison's run are in softcover. Batman and Son, Black Glove, Batman R.I.P., and now first volume of Batman and Robin. Those are good, and even those are good and worth your time as well. Even though and also Batman and Robin, it's a fun story in the sense that like eventually Batman, Bruce Wayne is going to return as Batman someday, but it's fun seeing Dick and Damian do their thing. And also like the stories in Batman and Robin, just kind of like they had a nice the nice platonic ideal of how Batman stories should be. If all Batman stories were as fun and well put together as these are, then the world would be a better place. Mm-hmm. No, seriously, they would. Okay, and on that note, call it a night, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks with something that is decidedly not Batman related. At least I don't think it is.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Okay, laters.
Bye.